105.5 miles per hour. That is the fastest track pitch ever thrown by a starting pitcher in Major League Baseball. But it isn't just speed that makes this kid lethal. There's much more to baseball's newest pitching phenom. Jacob Misiorowski was born on April 3rd, 2002, and the first thing you'll notice about this kid if you watch him play is his crazy height. He stands at 6'7" tall, like an NBA player, and he uses every inch of this height to his advantage. Jacob was drafted by Milwaukee in the second round of the 2022 draft just after COVID. He grew up in Missouri and probably had his draft stock influenced by COVID as teams weren't allowed to come out and see him in his high school years. Jacob actually committed to Louisiana State for baseball in college, but he decided to just go to the MLB draft instead. He flew through AAA, getting to the big leagues already, and was already made an all-star after only 5 starts in the big leagues. This selection was a little bit controversial, and he did go on to struggle for the rest of the regular season, but got it back together for the postseason and ended up picking up a few big wins for his team. Misiorowski was named the Brewers' 2026 opening day starter and has not looked back, leading the league in strikeouts and also maintaining a 1.47 ERA. He is currently a Cy Young frontrunner at 24 and has one of the best futures in baseball for a pitcher. But how is he able to be so dominant at such a young age? Well, let's get into it. Now, to start us off with the obvious, this kid can throw the absolute shit out of the ball. Anything under 100 is super abnormal for him on a fastball, and he is probably the best flamethrower in the MLB right now. A fastball even close to 100, let alone exceeding 100 like he's able to do, is crazy hard to hit on its own, but when you add the things I'm going to talk about later, it makes it 10 times harder. This is Jacob's Savant page, and as you can see, he is well above average, if not elite, in every statistic on here, including all 3 of the main pitch types. Misiorowski throws his heater 63% of the time, a number almost never heard about nowadays, but he is able to get away with it because of his one-of-a-kind speed and extension on it. Now, if you take a look at the very last statistic on here, the extension, which is in the 100th percentile at 7.6 feet, basically all pitchers extend off the mound when they throw the ball, but Jacob Misiorowski extends 7.6 feet off the plate, which causes his pitches to actually appear a few miles per hour faster to all hitters, since they have less time to react to the ball being thrown. So yes, to a hitter, his fastball going 105 could actually look more like 108 or 107. His fastball also has 15.6 inches of vertical rise, making it altogether one of the most dominant pitches in baseball. But Jacob Misiorowski isn't just a fastball. He also mixes in a cutter, slider, and curveball, which all complement his fastball and make him much more lethal. Think about being a hitter that's just seen 3 straight 103 mile per hour fastballs. You're trying to sit that fastball, you see it come out, it looks perfect, and then boom, curveball drops on you and you completely whiff it. You look like a complete idiot. His secondary pitches aren't that crazy, but they really don't need to be. All he has to do is tunnel these pitches through his fastball and it gets the job done. Now, is this violent play style sustainable for Misiorowski? I can't give you that answer, but what I've seen from him, I think so. Because I've seen this kid throw 103 in the 8th inning of a complete game shutout. I think Misiorowski can definitely maintain his velo, at least for the rest of the season. I think his command has been great, and I don't see why it wouldn't continue to be. And I don't think hitters can really adjust to this type of speed. Maybe over a couple of seasons, but it really doesn't seem like anything's going to change for the rest of the year, barring an injury, which obviously no one is hoping for. Looking at this kid pitch in slow motion makes my knees hurt. But if he can keep this up, he's going to be the next star pitcher in baseball. I think Misiorowski's going to finish strong, probably end up winning that Cy Young, and hopefully lead the Brewers on a deep playoff run. A couple comparisons I can think of for Misiorowski are definitely probably Randy Johnson, just for the height and velo. Aroldis Chapman, also just for the fastball velo. And then maybe Hunter Green as a newer one. Obviously, no, not the same prospect at all. Nowhere near as tall, nowhere near the same velo, but both guys who, rely on that super quick fastball. Now, we have seen guys like Aroldis Chapman who throw super hard be able to have long careers, but Aroldis Chapman goes out there for 1 inning as a closer and throws as hard as he can. Misiorowski's going out there for at least 6 on most nights, maybe a little less or a little more depending on how he does, and he's throwing 103 the whole night. So do I think he's going to be able to do this for his whole career? Off logic, no. I think he's probably going to have to switch to a closer maybe halfway through his career, and we don't know. With Tommy John and all the stuff that's going on, we see guys not throwing anywhere near this hard that have surgeries all the time. Obviously, you don't wish it on him, but we'll see. It's going to be interesting to see how his career goes with durability and all that. This kid has probably one of the highest ceilings we've seen for a pitcher if he can stay healthy, and I'm pulling for him. I'd love to see another great pitcher, especially one that's this unique and fun to watch. The speed this kid's throwing gets everybody's attention, but the real reason nobody can hit him right now goes way beyond just 105 miles per hour. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next one. Hope you enjoyed. And let me know if you got anything else for me to do. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you boys in the next one. Make sure you guys subscribe and hit that like button.